Hey guys, back again with another review, and this time it's of The Houses October Built from 2014, which was directed by Bobby Rowe and written by Zach Andrews and Jeff Larson. Now, this movie not only is it directed by them, but it also stars them. It stars Brandy Schaefer, Zach Andrews, Bobby Rowe, Mikey Rowe, and Jeff Larson. Now, this movie is one of those movies which was produced by the people that did Paranormal Activity and Insidious. Now, going into it, hearing that, I didn't have high hope. I was personally surprised, but also I was a bit disappointed, and I'll tell you why. So again, we find out that haunted houses now are going for extreme scares, which is something where now it's not just jumping out and scaring you, not just touching you on the shoulder, making you jump, but also running after you with chainsaws and going a little bit more crazy, because we're not in the world now where we're getting scared by little things like that. The things that scared us 20 years ago don't scare us now. And we find out early on that people have gone to prison because they've killed people, and that people have accidentally killed themselves from trying to scare people. Like a boy who hung himself. This movie is part of a documentary that came out in 2011, which this movie has snippets of on it. Like when it gets to parts where you get this image, which is like a small square in the middle of the screen. They're real parts from the documentary. It was filmed in 2011. So the movie has 5 friends: Brandy, Zach, Bobby, Mikey, and Jeff. And they're going on a road trip. With 5 days left to Halloween, they're going to go to haunted houses, and they want to be scared stupid. They want to get to the big one. And that's what they want to find. So they go to the first haunted house, and it is creepy. Now, I watch this movie with the lights off because I find that films like this, it helps. And it does. Now, they go in and it's creepy. There's clowns. There's this porcelain girl, which is really scary because she's so later on and she's just like, noise. Very creepy. And we find out as we go along stories about haunted houses. And they even ask some questions about what do they think that weird things go on, and sometimes the people go yeah, and when they go like what, they won't answer. They just give them a look like this. So yeah, so they end up annoying these people at the first one, and as they leave they find as they move on to each other one, but they feel like they're seeing these people in these other towns. Are they seeing these people, or are they just thinking they are? Now, the porcelain girl in the first haunted house is so creepy, but you know why that is? Because the makeup effects in this movie are really, really good. I felt like a big majority of the budget went on the makeup and went on the actual settings of the haunted houses. Because the haunted houses, even though they're not scary to watch, I feel like if I was in them, I'd be really scared because I'd be jumping and peeing myself a little bit. Because they were creepy as hell. But creepy if you were there, not creepy if you're watching. Now, this is a found footage movie. And I'm not a big fan of the found footage movies because I find they do this whole scare tactics where they do this big story. You listen to these characters talk for like 80 minutes, and in the last 10 minutes they get killed in darkness or pulled away. It happened in Wreck, it happened in Night in the Woods, and so forth. And you just sit there going, yeah. So when it got to the last 20 minutes of this movie, I didn't know where it was going. When it showed what was happening and that, I got a little bit disappointed. Because the movie has this real cliche ending like every found footage movie. And it just ruins the whole movie to bits. And the whole potential of the story of the haunted houses, the whole premise where they could have really done a lot with it, felt like it was all thrown out the window in the last 20 minutes. And I was really disappointed by that because I was really enjoying the movie. Yeah, the actors weren't great. Yeah, the character development wasn't that. But you can kind of forgive that in a horror movie if it's creepy enough. There was some good tension in the movie. There was some good noises. Like we were like, oh, what's going to happen? And what was good about it was it wasn't supernatural. It was people. And I enjoyed that. I just felt that the ending really ruined the movie. Like there's a scene in the movie where Brandy is in the bathroom of a place, and these guys try to kind of sexually assault her, and it doesn't happen. and you're like, this is terrible, but at the same time you're like, when is something bad going to happen? Because really nothing bad really happens very quickly. You know, it takes time. And yes, that's a good thing, but at the same time it's a bad thing. Because sometimes you need something to make you think about what's going on. Now, overall, I feel like the film's a decent watch. I think other than the ending, if you can forgive the ending, it's worth watching at least once. Now, I would say if you're going to buy it when it's about $6, $7. Don't pay any more than that. It's $12.99 already and it's just come out, so that's not such a big deal. But overall, it's a decent movie. It's a lot of fun. It just has a really bad ending and a paper thin plot, and the premise is totally wasted. So I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 because other than that, it was fun and the makeup effects were really good. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Take care and have a lovely day. Thanks for watching. Bye now.